Hey there, have you ever wondered what makes the rich, well, rich? I mean, some folks might say they're greedy and arrogant, while others believe they're actually pretty charitable and do a lot of good in the world, but no matter what you think of them, there's one thing you can't deny. They've learned some serious money lessons that most people don't know. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Welcome to The Smart Investor, where we help teach people about finance and how to become financially independent. Make sure to subscribe and like the video if it helps you in your financial journey. I'm gonna spill the beans on 9 money secrets that only the top 1% know. Lesson number 1. Success lies outside your comfort zone. For the average person, living a life of comfort is the ultimate goal. Because of this, most people take the standard life path of going to college and trading their time for a steady paycheck until they retire. These people assume little risk, but little risk also means little reward. So, what's the actual high-risk thing? And this is why the rich know that they must push their boundaries to be successful. Wealthy people are driven by uncertainty and are happy taking risks when they don't know what the outcome will be. This could be in some form of investing in aggressive stocks or quitting their 9-to-5 to start their own business. Whatever the risk may be, they know that staying in their comfort zone will never offer them the financial success that they aim to achieve. Lesson number 2, you must plan to win. Most people pass through life without a plan. They set no goals and as a result, don't need a roadmap to help them get where they want to end up. However, this aimless wandering isn't a sufficient approach if you want to accumulate more wealth than the average person. This is why the rich create and review their plans on a regular basis. They know what they want and where they want to go. But one important aspect of their plan is the magnitude of the ultimate objective they want to achieve. The wealthy create big plans, and the achievement of these plans often results in a large accumulation of wealth. For instance, Bill Gates had the aspiration of getting personal computers in the homes of people all over the world, and by following through on his plan, he has become one of the world's richest people year over year. Lesson number 3, you don't need to pursue wealth to build it. Most people assume that to become rich, you must pursue money relentlessly. While this strategy works for some, quite often it's the pursuit of other goals that leads to the most wealth being created. For instance, Henry Ford pursued his passion of a horseless carriage. Bill Gates and Steve Jobs aim to revolutionize the world with their company's innovative technology. Numerous successful people have leveraged their passions to build their wealth, and this kinda makes sense. The pursuit of your passion drives you to move forward, to continue to push yourself, and to not surrender to failure or discouragement. However, when you're not pursuing your passion, realizing your end goal can be difficult. Sadly, many of us take jobs that provide us a paycheck, and that paycheck and subsequent raises and promotions that come along with it allow us to live a comfortable lifestyle. We spend more as we gain more income, so we chase more income to spend more. The wealthy, on the other hand, began with a passion for something, investing in cars, computer technology, and they were willing to starve if it meant that they could pursue their passions. Lesson number 4, accumulating wealth requires self-discipline. One of the biggest contributors to a rich person's success is the power of their mind. When it comes to building wealth, whether it's through investing or building a business, having self-discipline is a must. This is especially true during the accumulation phase. The rich will live below their means, wear expensive clothing, and not spend more than they must on their other core expenses, as more money spent on these items means less money they can invest or use to further pursue their passions. On the other hand, regular people who want to buy things as soon as their income permits because they have a desire or need to impress others with what they can afford to purchase, they don't save and invest. They instead rely on their retirement funds and social security to keep them comfortable in their old age. Again, quote-unquote, comfortable? Lesson number 5. Wealth is the gateway to freedom. Wealthy people know the secret about money that 99% fail to realize, and the secret is that the ultimate power of money is not what it can buy, but instead the amount of freedom and time it can offer. Where a poor person associates having a large wealth with driving expensive cars or wearing fancy watches, and the rich know that having money means height and flexibility in their lifestyle. For instance, if they get ill, they can pick from the best doctors money can offer, rather than accepting whatever typical services their local government can offer. If they have legal troubles, they can afford the best lawyers, and if cold weather isn't for them, they can escape to a warm climate during the cold winter months. The average individual is controlled by their boss, government, debt, and need for security. Once you stop caring about all the possible restrictions, change your mindset, and start looking and creating possibilities for yourself rather than just going with the flow, you're able to achieve the same freedom with some extra money along the way. Change your perspective. Stop thinking about how miserable and unfortunate you are, and start thinking of ways that you can change. Focus on what you can control. For instance, if you carry a large credit card balance, consider picking up a part-time job to pay off your debt so that if you start to dislike your job and want to quit or have the desire to start your own business, you won't have ongoing interest payments holding you back. Lesson number 6, if you want to get rich, you must work for yourself. If you look at the list of the world's richest people, you will have a hard time finding any of them who trade their time for a paycheck as a 9-to-5 employee. Aside from people who have been lucky enough to inherit their wealth or win it through the lottery, you will notice that the world's richest people are those who have started their own businesses. This is because, in simple terms, when you work for someone else, you will never be paid more than what the person or the company decides your worth is. As I have said in other videos, most employers will try to pay you as little as possible because the more they pay you, the less they have for themselves. When it comes to increasing profits, keeping salaries low is a frequently used strategy. The rich understand how limiting working for an employee can be and can result in start a business where their only limit to their income is themselves. Sadly, many people think that they need to quit their job to start a business, but this is not usually the case. In fact, by keeping your 9-to-5 and working on a new business idea at night, you will minimize your financial risk and allow yourself to make more long-term business decisions, which will ultimately help you build a solid foundation for success. Once your business is operating at a level that can support your lifestyle, you can make the decision of whether or not to quit your job. Number 7. Don't become money rich by being time poor. Life is about trade-offs, and the rich understand that having money means nothing if you don't have the time to enjoy it. Sadly, many people give up all their time in order to chase their money dreams, such as the lawyer who works 80 hours a week to scale up the corporate ladder, or the entrepreneur who almost never goes home as they try to take their company public. The savviest of the wealthy population are aware of this issue and make every decision using the idea of opportunity cost. If you're unfamiliar with this term, it is defined as the loss of potential gain from other alternatives when one alternative is chosen. For example, staying late at the office will improve your chances of getting promoted, but the opportunity cost is the enjoyment you would gain from spending the night watching a movie with your significant other or spending time with your children or the people that really matter. Therefore, whether you are just starting your money-making journey or are well into it, it is always important to maintain a balanced perspective when trying to manage your time. Lesson number 8. Avoid the trap. One of the biggest financial mistakes people make is falling into the trap. What am I talking about? This mistake is often made by young adults after they graduate college and start their careers. They want to enjoy the fruits of their labor, so they buy a new car, a new wardrobe, and rent the nicest apartment they can find. However, what they don't realize is that they are leveraging their future wealth and freedom by doing so. Overspending limits the amount of money available for saving and investing, and it restricts the decisions you can make as they arise. For instance, if you no longer find satisfaction in your job and want to quit, you won't be able to if you've taken on too much debt. Similarly, if a friend approaches you to invest in their up-and-coming business, but you don't have the cash on hand because you've over-leveraged yourself, you may miss out on a great opportunity. To avoid this trap, the rich employ emotional control. They understand how ads manipulate us into making impulse purchases. They know that our brains have two sides, impulse and reason. Advertisements are designed to appeal to our impulse, but when the reasoning side of our brain catches up, we regret the purchase. These regrets ultimately reduce our ability to become rich. Finally, lesson number 9, goals are the key to success. For the average person, their only money goal is to collect their paycheck every 2 weeks. However, the rich understand that having money goals, or any goals for that matter, is critical to long-term success. They have numerous money goals, such as a savings goal, income goal, and sometimes even an investing goal. Sadly, less financially well-off individuals are often not invested in the idea of setting goals as their wealthier counterparts. If this sounds like you, consider your life over the past few years. What happened once you started thinking about getting a new car, house, or a new job? Even just having a general goal begins to form in mind. Once you start moving in that direction, once you begin gathering specific information and making serious plans, there is little to stop you. That is how goals work. To ensure success, learn to set goals for yourself. Don't make the mistake of setting too many goals at once though, as this will divide your energy and attention in too many directions, lowering your chances of success. Furthermore, make sure you have both short-term, long-term, and maybe even mid-term goals. For instance, your long-term goal may be to pay off $15,000 worth of debt. To maintain motivation, set smaller goals, like paying off $500 of it each month. By doing this, you will be able to celebrate your smaller accomplishments on the way to achieving your long-term goal. And if you learned something new, consider subscribing and be a smart investor now. We'll see you on the next one, guys.